Hello everyone, Larry here with the Farmstead Way. Just got off of work, so I'm sitting out here and making a video about something that's been on my mind. So, what I want to talk about is, like the title of the video says, never giving up. And I think fortitude and strength mentally is a quality that I think every man, every husband, every father should have. The ability to not give up no matter what. And that's something I think that is very lacking in this generation is relentless fortitude. Now, right now, it's here on the homestead, it's really hot. It seems like every day at work right now, the sun's scorching, and it makes jobs really difficult. And as a manual laborer, I have to be able to push through that. Now, a big part of building the skill of never giving up is mental attitude, first of all. It's going into everything with a positive mindset and not letting negative thoughts creep in. If you have mental fortitude, if that's a word, mental fortitude and strength, you'd be surprised what you can accomplish. And this concept of never giving up goes beyond just work. It goes into everything and how you deal with everything that life throws at you. And when you're a husband and a father, it can be really easy just to give up, to quit, and to go into a mindset of mediocrity. I've read a lot of books. I've read several books on the Navy SEALs, and a lot of them have talked about their BUD/S experience, whether it be Jocko Willink, Dan Crenshaw, a couple other people that I've read. And they weren't necessarily the strongest, the smartest, and the fastest. They just didn't give up. I was a couple years ago as a firefighter here at the local fire department, and I went through EMT Basic. And if you're a firefighter, then you know all about this. EMT Basic, Fire 1 and Fire 2 classes, all back to back. And I did not grow up in the firehouse. I knew nothing about it. I had to go to work all day, go to class, and then on my off days is when I would do my homework, and I have to come home and do 2 hours of homework every day. I would do the absolute best I could on my tests, on my homework. I would do the best I could in the gym to stay physically fit. And that's what set me apart from a lot of the other people that was in the class. There was people that would not do their homework. They would try to get answers from other people on the tests, and they gave up. And I didn't. And when it comes to work, that's what really makes a great worker and a great employee. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the fastest. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the most skillful. Just have a good attitude and don't give up. And this goes, like I said, to a bunch of different areas in life. I have to deal with this all the time when it comes to, I don't know, demonic temptation. Like I said, my couple videos back, I suffered through a pornography addiction, and I have not gone back to it. And you know why? Because I didn't give up. What's going to get you through your addictions? Don't give up if you have a mindset and a goal to overcome something. Whether it's temptation, depression. Now I understand there's chemical, clinical depression, but a lot of the stuff is just you're in a rut in life. And what gets you through that rut is don't give up. And you have to be serious about your goal if you are going to achieve it. And we're reading, at dinner every night, we read a chapter of the Bible. And that is the number one theme in most of these things is God-given grace and spiritual fortitude and people not giving up. Christ could have gave up when he was tempted by the devil and could have gotten everything the devil offered, but he didn't give up because he knew that there was something better. The disciples could have given up when they were going up against trials and tribulations when they're first sharing the gospel. They knew that the Lord's message needed to be shared, and they didn't give up. Paul could have given up in prison. John could have given up when he was being tortured. David could have gave up when he fell into sexual temptation and laid with Bathsheba and killed one of his really great men to be with her and try to cover up his sin. Didn't give up. If you're going through depression, if you're feeling thoughts of self-harm, you can't say the S word, I guess, on YouTube or you get shut down, think you're stronger than your depression. You're stronger than your temptation. You're stronger than your struggles at work. Don't give up. And that's another thing that's really important for fathers to have, because being a father is not easy. It's not. And it's not even so much, all the responsibility of being a father, but the daily grind. You have to go home, or you have to go to work. You come home after you're exhausted and you have to help out with your children. You have to be present. And it can be really easy to just give up and just live a self-centered life, say hi to the kids and go hide in the basement and play video games all day while your wife has to help out with all the children because your job was too hard, and you give up. That's why a lot of marriages fail, is because people give up on each other. You have to fight for what you want. And going back to like the military stuff, I was never in the military. I sometimes wish I would have been, but when I was in my teenage years, my priorities were all screwed up, and I wasn't the man I am today. Um, the stuff I did when I was young led me to where I'm at now, and I wouldn't change it. But just reading all the experiences of people that have gone through combat, gone through training, whether they got injured, captured, they went through hard times in buds or all this SF training, they just didn't give up. Jocko Willink is Jocko Willink because he didn't give up. Pat McNamara is Pat Mac because he didn't give up. Tim Kennedy is Tim Kennedy because he didn't give up. Dwayne Knowles, who he is, because he didn't give up. And he almost did. He says in his videos that he almost gave up on his marriage. And he fought through it. And he fought for what was really meaningful to him. Because sometimes the greatest enemy is routine. It's anxiety, it's depression, it's exhaustion. But when you're a husband, a father, just any person in general, people are counting on you, whether you believe it or not. And you can't give up. Look at all this. You know why I have all this? Because I didn't give up. This house that I'm sitting in front of that I turned into, or this pole barn that I turned into a house for my family, I just didn't give up. When I saw my wife give birth to both of my children at home, no epidural, no Pitocin, that is one of the greatest examples of not giving up that I've ever seen, because that is true physical pain. And I'm so proud for my wife for doing that. She didn't give up because she knew that there was people counting on her. She knew that certain interventions would have been harmful to the children, so she did it the hard way, pushed through it. And that is the single greatest act of strength that I've seen personally. More than any person that's done, a certain workout of the day or done a certain own goal, is not giving up, not so much for yourself, but not giving up for other people. So, how do you cultivate this mindset of never giving up? Well, reading about other people's struggles and realizing that you really don't have it that hard is important. It inspires you. That's something that I've always looked at when I'm hot, when I'm tired at work, and I didn't get much sleep last night. I just think that, the guys in buds, they stay awake for like 5-6 days straight and do nothing but exercise and go through mental and physical torture until they either have to get pulled out because they're hurt or because they give up. Every man that wears a green beret or a trident or whatever military insignia they have that because they didn't give up. And everyday man can do that exact same thing. Like today, I'm exhausted today. I do not feel like doing much of anything, but I have to be present for my wife and I have to be present for my children, and I'm not going to give up. And that's all you have to do. That's part of the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit of happiness is not an easy, flat trail, a quarter mile, half mile hiking loop. It is an uphill battle the whole frickin' way. And to make the best of it, you just can't give up. You can't give up on yourself, on your health, because people are counting on you. You can't give up on your mental health, because if you scramble your own eggs inside your noggin because you're all anxiety ridden and then you end up offing yourself and giving up, then you've just destroyed the lives of everyone around you that absolutely love you. You cannot give up. People are counting on you, and people are in love with you. They're in love with you. Your wife is in love with you. Your children love you. Your friends love you. Your family loves you. And this world is a lesser place when you are gone. When you don't give up, you can change the world. And I read in a book, that series that my wife's been reading, what's changed in the world? What is the world? The world is people. If you help one person and alter the course of their life or just make their day better, you've changed the world. I can reach down here and pick some weeds off the ground. I mean, you've literally changed the landscape of the world. Imagine how much more so when you affect the life of a person, even if it's just one person. Because all it takes is one person to totally affect the trajectory of someone's life. So, I'm going to finish the cigar off. I'm going to go in the house. I'm going to push through this exhaustion I'm dealing with, because it's not that big of a deal. The whole mind over matter thing, it really means if you don't mind, it really doesn't matter. I don't mind that I'm tired. You know why? Because people are counting on me. I'm not going to give up. So, hang in there. Because you need to hang in there. You have to hang in there. And there's no other option. Don't give up. You all have a good day, guys. I'm going to finish off the rest of this Rocky Patel Maduro. Enjoy a little bit of work coffee. And push through whatever crap you're going through. Have a good day, everybody.